Windows 11 introduces some different things from Windows 10. Obviously it has a different user interface, different design, different artwork, different menus, different start menu layout, things like that. Also Windows 11 comes pre-installed with some apps that function a little bit differently from how they used to. Two of these that use up your short-term memory, your RAM in the background, are Microsoft Teams and the Widgets board. Now both of these are pinned to your taskbar by default as soon as you install Windows 11, and they use up to 200 megabytes each of RAM in the background. Microsoft Teams is this little purple icon down here. It's the chat app, and you can basically call or message your contacts. And the Widgets board over in the bottom left has things like the news, the weather, stocks and shares, entertainment, things like that. Now the Widgets board only starts as soon as you hover over or click on the icon in the bottom left, but as soon as you do that at all, it will start launching new processes in the background. Teams, on the other hand, launches whether or not you click it, whether or not you hover over it, as soon as Windows starts. So the whole time that your computer turns on, these will be gobbling up your RAM. It's up to you if you want to keep these enabled or not, but if you would like to get rid of them and make the apps you actually use run a bit smoother, it's really quick and simple to disable these. All you have to do is click on the Windows icon here to get to the menu, click on Settings, go over to Personalization, and then scroll down to the taskbar option here. And here you can see the different icons that you have pinned to the taskbar. Widgets is here, you toggle that to off and it disappears. Microsoft Teams, if you toggle it to off, that also disappears. If you turn those both off, as soon as you next use your computer, they will never eat up your memory again. The only time they would start operating is if you actually launch them manually, if you actually want to use the app. Otherwise, they will forever be disabled and never use up your memory or processing power, which means that memory intensive apps like video editing in Premiere Pro or gaming will now run a tiny little bit smoother. Now if you want to go one step further and check what other apps launch on boot up in the background, you can actually go over to Settings again. So click Windows menu, Settings, go over to Apps, and then at the bottom click Startup. You can sort by impact and you can see all the apps that are either enabled to launch on Windows Startup or disabled. And if any of these look useless to you or you never use them, then just disable them, and that will save up your memory. Now disabling these might not make a noticeable difference in your day-to-day experience using your computer, but as soon as you launch different apps and websites, it helps to limit how many background processes you have going on at the same time. Now speaking of things that run in the background, if you use Microsoft Edge, obviously it comes pre-installed with Windows because it's their internet browser, that actually might start up in the background as well. So if you want to check that Windows Edge is not booting up in the background, you can go over to Settings in Microsoft Edge and search for Boost. There you go, Startup Boost. Make sure that that is disabled because it launches in the background. That's what Startup Boost means. As soon as you click on it, it will launch faster because it's already done that in the background. So make sure that that's disabled to save yourself some more memory. And there you go, that's how to disable all the Microsoft pre-installed apps from running in the background.